Henry Ford, an American industrialist and business management who founded the Ford Motor Company. He treated his employees at the company extremely well. He increased his employees' wages and decreased the number of hours they were responsible for working. He was described as educated, considerate, absent-minded, reckless, and ambitious.
Henry Ford was born on July 30th, 1863 in Spring Mills Township, Michigan. Ford's father immigrated from County Cork, Ireland, and later settled on a farm in Wayne County. Previous to founding the Ford Motor Company, he was an engineer at the Tedson Illuminating Company of Detroit.
Henry Ford introduced several innovations to the car industry. A method of production that Henry Ford used was the moving assembly line method of production. Ford proved that higher wages led to more productivity, which in turn was good for business. Henry Ford partnered up with innovators. That's how he introduced the car industry.
Henry increased his Ford employees' payments from $2.50 a day to a whopping $5 a day, doubling the employees' normal payment. Henry also decreased their workday from 9 hours a day to 8 hours a day, and from 6 days a week to 5 days a week.
Henry Ford didn't have any labor contracts, but did have one strike because one of his head securities hired 8 union members and the labor force went on a wildcat strike.
Henry Ford was a very generous and hardworking man. He built a trade school in Detroit and a school for African Americans in Georgia in 1916. During the Great Depression, he also paid for 2 work camps. Henry Ford did not spend the majority of his money. He instead gave it away. He also created the first car company that mass-produced cars, which made transportation quicker and easier. A car that was now seen like this was once like this. He also had charity projects such as the Henry Ford Hospital.
In conclusion, Henry Ford was a captain of industry because he was a good guy to all his employees. He increased wages and decreased hours, which allowed him to hire more individuals. Henry Ford introduced several innovations to car industries, was a builder to automobiles, and was able to create the first small one-cylinder gasoline model in 1893. He did many good things like build a trade school in Detroit and a school for African Americans in Georgia, and gave his money away in an average of 32% of his income being gifted and donated each year.